tutorial will be focusing on this beautiful Ankara plain design gown we have on the thumbnail. This is a subscriber's request and I decided to make this video, and this is beginners friendly as well. So right here is actually a very simple gown. This is the shoulder line, and I've got ahead to make my neckline, which is 3 by 3. Depending on what your bust is, divide by 12. That is how I created the neckline and my shoulder slope. So I decided to leave the basic bodice like this because I want to show you that you can make a basic bodice without a dart. So from the shoulder line now, I have all my points for my chest line, bust point, under bust and waistline. But right here, I'm going to choose the vertical lines I need for the making of this dress. So one of them is the chest line. That is what I'm choosing, and I'm choosing the waistline as well. So I have nothing to do with my bust point and under bust because I'm actually making a free dress. Okay, not really free dress, but a dartless dress. So I'm going to impute what I have on the neckline. This is my center front. I'm drafting the center front. Like I always say, the back is very simple. You can go about the back yourself. You need to be creative on if you are following this channel. Okay, so I'll show you how the front looks like, and the back you create it yourself. Okay, so now I have my shoulder line, okay, which I've imputed, and I come over to the center front, and I've already on the chest line from the center front, I'm going to repeat what I did right here. That is placing my shoulder, divide by 2. What I'm trying to do here is just to create my armhole line. So I'll just divide my armhole line by 2. I have 4 inches here, and I'll go in by 0.75 and I'll connect. So on the chest line, I'm going to take my bust divide by 4, which is 10 inches. My bust is 40, divide by 4 is 10. So I'll just extend the line to 10 inches, and then I'm going to connect my armhole. So I'll just come over to the waist. Okay, to the waist, I will use my waist divide by 4. This is my waist divide by 4 at 9. But if you notice, you can see there are some gathers at that dress. So I will simply add 3 inches, okay, or I will use the whole of this paper as my gather allowance. So if it's 3 inches, if you open up this dress, you have your gathers at 6 inches. All you need to do is to gather it back to your waist line. So from the bust line, I'll connect to the gather. So this is actually the shape your dress will have. So by the time you gather at this point, at the center front line, everything comes back to this line. So that is that, and we are done with this particular dress. So coming over to the neckline, I'm going to create the neckline the way I desire. So I'll just make this neckline 1.5 and 1 inch. That is 4 by 4.5. So I will now connect. Okay, let me just use my free hand to do that. So right here on the pattern drafting, you can see we are done. So all I will do is to cut out what I have. So as you can see, it's actually a very simple dress. So coming over to the gathers you have on the dress is simply your waist circumference, whatever your waist is, times by 2.5. So if you times by 2.5, you are going to have exactly what you need for your waist. So I'll just demonstrate it to you right now. So if I have my waist, okay, this is the pattern for the front. So this is exactly how you do that. So by the time you place this part of fold and cut, then you cut this on your fabric, you add your facing, okay, your facing for the front. Then this part will gather. You are going to gather, run some gather stitches on this part. I believe you understand it, and it returns back to the normal waistline. So I want to talk about the calculation on the gathered part of the down part. So for the gathered part of the down part, whatever